Why do you think people believe in God? Because they want to. It's not easy living in such an ugly, corrupt world. There is no certainty and nothing to hope for. People are lost, so they reach out. Don't you get it? God didn't create humans. No, it's humans who created God.
I hate stories like that. Men only think about the past right before their death, as if they were searching frantically for proof that they were alive.
Do not fear death. Death is always at our side. When we show fear, it jumps at us faster than light. If we do not show fear, it casts its eye upon us gently, and then guides us into infinity.
stay unaffected by the propaganda. You don't have to be a genius to do that at all. It doesn't even, I'm not a genius, that's for sure. What does this look like? Is it dirtier? Is there graffiti? Graffiti. Ooh, graffiti. That's not art. It's vandalism. My life, I stay unaffected by the propaganda. You don't have to be a genius to do that at all. I'm not a graffiti. Ooh, graffiti. Graffiti, that's not art. It's vandalism. Graffiti. Graffiti, that's not art. Vandalism. One step in total society collapse. Period. Graffiti. Ooh, graffiti. Graffiti, that's not art. It's vandalism. They're graffiti. I'm not a genius, that's for sure. Graffiti, vandalism.
Graffiti? Ooh, graffiti. Graffiti, that's not art, Your Honor. It's vandalism.
Graffiti? Ooh, graffiti. Graffiti, that's not art. It's vandalism. And when it's allowed to stand, what does it say? We've given up. We don't care. We're allowing people who create nothing to destroy what we built, and we're not fighting back. Graffiti is like one step from total society collapse. Period.
Hello, welcome to Coven Radio. Just had a drama. I could hear the dog destroying something in the front room then, just as I was about to go live.
I see you're like doing 8,000 things there. What's up? What's going on? How are you?
It's crazy. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Going down my rabbit hole like always.
I know. I think next week we should do like some cute and creepy gang, Nifty Island stuff, and some stuff that you've got going on. What do you reckon?
Yeah. We need to catch up on stuff. There's a lot going on.
There is. Yeah. So yeah, it's good. There's been loads going on. We've got an amazing guest coming on tonight. So I think I met him in the Rotten chat and was like, "Oh my god, your art's so freaking cool. How do I get one?" He was like, "I'll put you on the whitelist." So I was like, "Okay." So yeah, Arbo, he's got these amazing. It's like a marriage between maths and art, which is kind of cool. It's kind of crazy. So I can't wait to get him on and chat about it. But I'll do a quick little cute and creepy gang update just whilst.
What do you got? What do you got going on?
We got a couple of things going on. Let me share my screen. So share window. Here we go. Yeah, so we have basically, there's a giveaway going on. So if you want to get in on that, jump on. It's to give away, here we go, another little pack of trading cards, because I did a couple of extra packs to do some giveaways. So I was going to announce the winner earlier, and I thought, oh, I'll just give it a little bit longer, so anyone who's listening who hasn't seen it can, all you've got to do is share and tag 3 friends, the usual stuff, and follow Cute and Creepy Gang and myself. And then the other big news, which is really exciting, is my Nifty Island, the Cute and Creepy Gang Nifty Island, is looking really sick. I just was on there a little bit. We've got some sparkly snow going on. We've got a glitter floor. We've got about 6 challenges that you can run. So Danny Captain Futon has been helping me like amazing. He's been building stuff, and he even like did this like 3D giant Lunar Witch up there. So yeah, we've got about 50 blooms on the island, so you can go and collect a load of blooms on there as well. But we're going to run some quests in the new year, I think.
Very cool.
I thought it'd be really cool, run some quests, because in Nifty, the really cool thing you can do is set up like NFT rewards. So I'm thinking of doing some really cool like Nifty Island only like Lunar Witches that, you know, you can't mince. You have to go and take part of a challenge if you want to get one. And Nifty Island sorts it all out. Whoever completes the quest will just get airdropped that NFT, which is really, really cool. So you don't even have to worry about chasing like wallets and all that kind of stuff. And Danny's been getting some cool people to drop on the island and take a look, and everyone's really impressed. And yeah,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, we've got the Lunar Witch stories running. So when you run a race, the soundtrack is a Lunar Witch story, which is really cool. Somebody was on there going, I didn't want the race to end because I didn't want to see the end of the story, which is wicked. I don't think anyone else is doing anything as cool as that. So lots of people have their own soundtracks and stuff, but I don't think anyone has like storytelling going on. So
no.
So I'll get Danny on next week, and he can run us through the island and show us all that. But yeah, it's exciting. So
that's pretty cool. Pretty exciting stuff.
I'm pretty excited about it. I know.
No, I'm excited for you.
It's a bit different, isn't it? And I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the other side, but I kind of it seems like trickier to get into that. It's like quite a lot involved in just getting your avatar in there. And I know you can like directly trade with each other and all that kind of stuff in there, but I feel like for my community, this is right. A lot of them would struggle with that other side. I think they're not so much traders as art collectors. So I think this will just enjoying hanging out with other, you know, people will be more of their bag, you know, and playing some games and winning some stuff. So
yeah, they're 2 different platforms. I mean,
they're very different. I think it's a different audience altogether from what I've Danny said the story is in 3 or 4 games, which is really cool. So
yeah. We're working on trying to get an avatar into Autosite right now.
Okay, so yeah.
So right now we're focused on that, and then we're focused on the 3D stuff, and then we're also focused on the storytelling. So the comic book that we're working on. So
Yeah,
that's something
that's
that's
cool.
like super
Yeah.
important. So
Yeah,
we're trying
that's
to
really cool.
push.
The art for the comic book, by the way, is so sick. I was
Thank
showing
you.
Jace actually because he was like, "Oh
Yeah,
my god, that is amazing!"
yeah, it looks really good.
He couldn't believe because obviously you've met. He was like, "Miguel did that." I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, it's amazing."
Yeah, it looks
So
really good.
yeah, it's really cool. So that is just a little update. So without further ado, let's get Arbo on and have a chat. Here we go. Welcome,
Hello, hello.
welcome.
Hey, thank you. Hello. Great to be
Hi.
here.
It's nice to
How's it
meet you
going?
because I know we've chatted obviously in the like DMs and stuff, but it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's here. I'm in the dark here in my car in the rest stop. So I guess it just adds to the ambiance here.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like, you know, I've done spaces in all sorts of weird places, like
Yeah,
getting on the train and like kind of yeah, just
driving home.
yeah, I know, like it's ridiculous.
I was
Yeah,
alone the other day, just driving home.
the
Yeah.
last one I did was in an airport, and it was pretty bad. There was a lot of background noise, and I think people told me I sounded like Kenny from South Park on
Oh,
it because of
brilliant.
the wah, 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 wah.
That's awesome. Oh, but yeah, so I obviously connected you. I think it was in the Rottens chat that I saw you and then really liked your art. And like tell us a little bit about yourself and you know your journey into this beautiful
It was the
Web3.
elevator pitch.
Well, yeah, give us the elevator pitch.
Yeah, it's a bit rambling, so I have to try to be succinct.
It's fine.
From as an artist, I have to go back to the beginning. So I grew up in the woods. I lived on a sustainable tree farm in the middle of the woods. I had to cut wood every day to put in the fireplace, otherwise we'd have no heat.
Oh wow.
And that was fun. So my dad was a forester, my mother was a statistician, and we and that kind of seeded what I have created out of art, or where I've taken this. It was in the 80s, at the beginning of the PC revolution. I started coding when I was 5 years old. I got a TI 99 PC, and
Wow.
I learned to code basically the same time I learned to speak. And yeah, I mean, the first things I coded were like little black and white figures breakdancing on the screen when you press buttons,
Oh
and
cool.
it's kind of fun. But the point is, for me, I mean, I've always been interested in the merger, or the combination, like you said, of math, or statistics, or coding, and technology, and nature, and the forest in particular. So after my I went to art school 30 years ago, a long time ago, and I was in the film industry for a few years, and then I went back to business school. So because I got a little bit disillusioned with the film industry, and
Yeah.
who was getting to call the shots, and who was getting to actually create things. And I just wanted to create things, but really, it wasn't happening I felt that, I needed to learn a little bit more about business and entrepreneurship. So I went back to school for entrepreneurship. I fell into the corporate world for 20 years, while still making art on the side, um, participating in entrepreneurship on the side. A few years ago, in 2017, I got into crypto
Okay.
again. I kind of started out in crypto before then, but in 2017, I was through entrepreneurship, was doing like ICOs and working in that side of the space. I got a little bit, again, kind of disillusioned with too many scammers in the space, so I
Oh
interesting.
wow.
I bought an alien friend for like $50, and then 3 weeks later it was worth $15,000. I said, "What's happening? This is interesting."
Wow.
So I said, "Okay, I guess I have to learn it. I guess I have to explore NFTs." So that was it. 2022 January, I started my journey back into art, and figured I need to get back full time in art one way or another. I quit my corporate job in 2023. I started a few other side ventures, mostly not art related, but all with the purpose of taking this forest estate that I grew up on, that I
Yeah.
still live in, or I don't live in, I still manage, I still steward it, and really create something permanent. Um, and the art is kind of that manifestation of you know me. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I let people read into it whatever you want. I mean, I like mystery. I like the unusual. I like things that don't necessarily explain themselves, but could be explained in different ways. So these are programmatically created. These are not. I call them the AI arboreals, which is my third collection. My first
Okay.
collection was on ETH. It's 100 handmade one of one OG uh, tree people. um,
Okay.
uh, and
I've not seen those actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen those either.
okay, cool. If you, yeah, I mean, if you, they're not linked on the website yet.
Mm.
They're on OpenSea. OpenSea, just arboreals. It's the first one. If you just type arboreals, you'll see right there, fourth down,
This one?
the arboreals, right there.
Oh wow. Okay.
These are um, these are the OGs of my universe, um, all completely different.
So
You know,
how did you create this first collection? How are they? What programs did you use? Are they hand drawn? Are they?
these are all hand drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are not programmatic or algorithmic. These are all hand drawn. um, and yeah, I mean, there's some that are referencing some famous artists here, but it's I'd say I took a lot of inspiration from uh, some of the other artists in the space who I worked with a lot. Uh, Herb, Dr. Grinspoon,
Mhm.
he had
Yeah.
a collection of everyday art, and I'm a big holder there, and he was a big inspiration to me on this. Um, Iwan and Papa uh, are both kind of in my sphere that kind of helped me get into this space.
Yeah.
Um,
Love
but
that one.
yeah, so the OG arboreals. Then my second collection was the phase two arboreals, which for some reason don't come up on search in OpenSea.
Oh, I think there's been some weird
Yeah, I'm having an issue with that too with ours.
Yeah, it's to do with the
They're on base.
yeah,
So
it's
what programs were you using when you were doing them by hand? What were you using?
Mostly Krita, which
oh, I don't know.
I like Krita the best of for hand painted programs.
Okay.
Some of them I would draw on paper first and then scan in and then
Mhm.
work from there. I did a few of them just on my phone. I mean, there's this one was that last one was done in a 3D virtual. That was actually sculpted in 3D in a on the Oculus.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow, look at that.
That's
These are super fun.
yeah.
I like them. They
yeah,
really
so
look
they're
different.
they're all over the place. I mean, some of these here are also not revealed yet. So
Yeah.
any of the ones that are black silhouette on the white
Oh, these
outline,
ones. Yeah.
yeah, these are unrevealed, so they're kind of open for customization, reserved for customization.
So what made you go with like trees? What is the like the big obsession with trees? Because I
Really?
love trees. Let me tell you.
I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
Your
that's my
childhood, I
job right
guess.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, I manage. I just came from, a meeting with the USDA Forestry Department on our property. I had to, we have to maintain a forest management plan. Um, so I have 100 acres of woods. That is
Wow.
my obligation to, to keep healthy, right?
Oh
So
wow.
um,
That's
so
huge.
yeah. So to me, there's a connection there. I mean, you can go into the woods. You can, I don't know if you've ever considered forest bathing
Yeah.
or, I mean, it's just,
It's a
you can
happy place to
find,
be, peaceful
Mhm.
place to be. I live
Yeah,
opposite a forestry and I spend like 3 hours a day in the woods with my dog, but pretty much it's just like, yeah, it is. If ever I'm a bit stressed, I imagine myself there. It's kind of, it's the noises, it's the sounds, it's the birds, it's the water flowing off the mountain and all
Yeah,
the
it's
tree.
definitely
It's everything. It's
it's a
just,
thing. Yeah,
it's a
it's a
really
world.
wonderful,
yeah,
magical place to be. And there's like little worlds within it as well. Like I love
Mhm.
photographing the fungi and all that kind of stuff, and just really being immersed. That's why I love this collection. I was like, oh my God, these are like my tree people. I love it. But yeah,
yeah.
it's a very peaceful place to be.
Yeah, I mean, we plant trees for every NFT that we sell.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten you
Yeah,
do
we do.
that.
We've done
Yeah,
a
that's awesome.
we've planted thousands of trees, pretty much by now.
Yeah, I
So,
love it.
but I'm very proud of that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, no, I can see the appeal. Um, definitely.
it's important.
Yeah, it's really really good for mental health, isn't it?
Mhm.
But yeah, this newer collection. So tell us a little bit about this one. So this is the one that I know, and I know there's a lovely sort of backstory between the relationship with the maths and the art and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this one started. Um, the idea for this one has been around actually in my head for a while. So the code behind it. So again, I called it the AI Arboreals, but there's no AI in it, right?
Yeah.
It's AI is stands for arboreal intelligence. I mean, it's
Mhm.
um, it's created with Python code.
Okay.
So the characters themselves, the shapes, the tree shapes on top, where the leaves are placed, how the branches extend, the different sizes of the head, the neck, the shoulders,
Yeah.
um, and the placement of the eyes and the size of the eyes and mouth and rotation. Everything there is all controlled by kind of random variables. So it's all driven by a bit of Python code that I built, and actually I built part
Cool.
of it several years ago. So I have been ever since art school. I've been very upset, and actually probably before that. I used to love. I'm starting early. It's going back early here, but hopefully you can follow. I used to love D&D, but I never really played D&D. I just created the characters and the backstories and the
Oh,
worlds,
cool.
and then that's just I loved world building and all the kind of everything that went into um, you know, building out these characters. So
Yeah.
to me, that was, when I was learning to code, when I was coding in high school, I coded a lot of kind of character design um, automations, like random character generators and things like this. And it was,
Okay.
and that sort of evolved into, uh, programmatic art. So in the 90s, I did some, um, computer generated abstract art. And
Very
that is actually the background of a lot of these characters. Not this one that you have on the screen. This is that one was so. This is that one right there is a collab background, so that's a guest
Ah,
artist
okay.
background from by Papa Joe Frank. And I have to update the metadata to show the guest artists. I had solicited guest artist traits, backgrounds, mouths, eyes. The eyes here on this one are from Engine, who is in the
Awesome.
comment section here, but was having trouble getting the. Hopefully, he can see us now. Uh, and yeah, but most of the common backgrounds are all from that collection I made in it back in college.
Oh,
Um,
wow, that's really cool.
so I so it in and the trees themselves were part of another collection that I had, or not a collection, an art project I created the code to generate those random trees. I created about 3 or 4 years ago, and this year I just said, okay, I'm just going to put the trees on top of a character's head. I'm going to see what it looks like. And I did a couple test iterations in January, and it started looking uh, really, um,
Wild.
yeah, wild and
Wild.
a little bit
Wild is
creepy.
the word. I
Some
love
of
it.
them were I was like, wow, this is great. So I just kind of went in there and extended it, and pushed it to the limits of what I felt was what made sense for what was in my head. And yeah, I mean, I'm surprised with it too. So I think it's like, to me, it's like a collaboration with the computer. I
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's exactly what it's
Yeah, it
like.
looks good. I
And
like
I
it.
like the
I like
fact
the
that you've
idea.
got stuff from your college days in there as well, because I kind of think of trees as being these things that grow and they rings and kind of, it's almost like your whole collection is an embodiment of that by having all your sort of a mix of current and early stuff, and it's like part of your journey is within these little trees. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So how many collections do you have total right now?
um three collections. The first one again was and then I have a bunch of random one of ones out there.
Mm,
But I started doing a lot of derivative art for people,
mm.
and so there is some custom work one on ones out there, and then there's the OG arboreals. There's the phase 2 arboreals, which is currently at 200 um, supply, but I'm I increase it every once in a while. And this one is a 10,000 supply
Yeah.
collection, and we'll see. I mean, I'm not trying to go for any hype or anything. I'm linking this um, to my broader business endeavor. So if someone orders a membership, right now a normie can buy one of these on my website and not even know it really. Actually,
Oh,
it
okay.
opens up a wallet, and it holds it for them if
Mm,
if
cool.
um if anyone goes there.
Yeah, we had a something similar with our NFT when we launched it, but we updated the
Cool.
contract and that doesn't work anymore. So we've had to we need to reinvestigate how to do that again, because I love the idea that someone can just go on with a debit card and buy it without
Yeah.
feeling like they're having to set up a crypto wallet and be like really freaked out by it.
Yep.
Because yeah, it's a tricky little thing to get across, especially if you are like have quite a lot of interaction with people in the real world who are interested in
Yeah.
your art and what you're doing. It's like I used to get that a lot on my Instagram where people are like, "Oh, how do I own that?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, you have to kind of go and mint," and it's like you've lost them
Mhm.
as soon as you say it's on the blockchain. They're like, "Say what?"
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully that's the nicer thing that they might say, right? I mean,
Yeah,
hopefully we've there's some broader acceptance soon.
yeah. These I just they're so wonderful. They're right up my alley. They're so cute and creepy. I
Yeah. Like,
just like they're so much
Exactly.
fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's what I am, the cute and creepy gang, and I'm all into building worlds and having lots of lore and universe around the whole thing. So that it just, yeah, I love the storytelling of a lot of these NFTs that are popping up at the moment. It's really cool.
I totally agree. I mean, the community narrative building is the best thing that has come out of the NFT space, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, it
yeah.
is. I think definitely, and especially like because you're branching, you've got some merch and stuff as well, haven't you? And Um,
Starting to, yeah.
yeah, which is really really cool. Where did I see that earlier?
That's on the main site.
Yeah, that's right. I saw it on there.
Yeah, it's it that I mean, and it's still I have a lot of samples for the merch coming in, so it should be launching within the next within the next few weeks once the samples are vetted
Oh,
and
these are
everything's ready.
cool.
And I have a book coming out. Yeah, the book is not. I don't have a publisher yet, so we're gonna see. But it's here, right there. Post state,
Ooh.
the Arborist Guide to the Collapse of Power. So if we talk about narrative,
Oh
this
wow.
is tied into this to the collection in a very, I'd say, abstract way. It's a, it's an interesting book. It will be I mean, I'm biased, I guess, because
No, it sounds fascinating. Like how,
Yeah,
like where do you even
very cool.
start writing a book? I mean, like it's like
Mhm.
you've just got a load of, but it's hard enough starting a piece of art sometimes, right? Never mind like having a blank page that you've got to fill with words. Like, yeah,
Oh,
how?
it took me years, right? So I mean, many years, and then all at once, right? So I, I have I have several, partially written screenplays or books, sitting in Google Drive in various states. And this last year, I just said I have to finish this one, and I it's in a rough draft. It's in a almost ready, almost complete state where I can start going to solicit publishers. But if I can't find a publisher, it will be self-published in 2026, one way or another.
Okay.
Um, I don't blame a publisher for not carrying it. It's kind of unusual. It's a really, you know, I mean, if the characters are unusual, this book is unusual. The characters are not in the book,
Oh, okay.
but it's in one sense, it's kind of one possible origin story for the AI arboreals.
Oh wow,
Uh,
I'm fascinated. Are you going to be posting little snippets at all, or
Yeah, and there is one snippet somewhere on the timeline. Um, I
let me
I
see.
don't remember where. I posted it months ago.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I probably won't be
so
able to
there's
scroll find it
actually
then.
there's actually I created a Twitter account or an X account, sorry, for the book. I haven't posted anything there. I actually turned one of my older X accounts into it called if who is the arborist, um, because the book centers around a character kind of called the arborist. Um,
Okay.
so who's the arborist? There may be. Did I post it there? No. Okay, I didn't post a snippet there. Um, but maybe I'll post it again if
Yeah,
you
you
if.
should. I'm interested. Yeah. It's so the characters aren't in the book, but it's a kind of evolved around that sort of universe though, right? Or
Yeah, I mean, so the universe is a universe of possibilities, and the
okay.
forest is, is chaos
Okay.
in a good way. So I am a believer. I'm a lover of chaos. I mean, it's how my mind works, and I feel like it's the natural state of things. I feel like, you know, I I if you look behind the veil of this world, right? There's a lot of randomness, but that is a
Yeah.
good thing. It's randomness and it's not random. It's patterns that interact. It's kind of um, a more stable, um, baseline for reality. If that makes any sense, I, I may be saying this in a strange way, but the point is, the book is, I don't want to give away too much because it it doesn't have to make sense in the same way to everyone.
Yeah.
But it but it's one possible backstory. Um, the AR arboreal nodes could have many, but
Yeah.
the
mhm.
snippet that I shared in the book is part of the backstory, um, which is that robot in this world, in this universe, robots who have gained sentience realized that the purest form of work uh, was photosynthesis. So they all decided to create basically like a new robot revolution in which they just decided to not work and photosynthesize instead. So they all kind of meditated in the forest and began the transformation,
I love
which
that.
doesn't really happen in the book at all, but could eventually end up in what we see here in
Oh my god, I love it.
the AI arboreals.
I love it. Yeah, they're amazing. You mentioned you had like a membership. What's is that? So is that digital membership? Is someone essentially getting an NFT for that? Is that?
Yeah, if you buy a digital membership here, you can either go to the Mint page or buy with a credit card. And if you buy with a credit card, then an NFT will be minted for you,
Oh,
and
That's
you'll get
cool.
your membership is tied to the the NFT, right? So
Yeah.
you can resell it. So if it's someone who doesn't know anything about NFTs, they can still get that membership, and that would give them access to discounts on the merch and
Yeah.
also the game world that I'm building as well. So the so the retro game world, not as cool, not as fancy as Nifty Island. It's very retro. It's not available yet because it's behind. It's still there's still a lot of details to work out, but it is let's say a mixture of an online mud, um, but with sort of an early NES style um, Legend of Zelda type
Okay.
map,
Cool.
and lots of mini games that range from like that are mostly going to be like Sierra games, LucasArt type hidden object games that are sort of mini games within the bigger one.
cool.
Um,
Wow.
so very retro, and it's a lot more work than I thought. Uh,
It's
so
always more. It's always more than you think it's going to be,
Yeah,
though, isn't it?
I was like that.
yeah, so I don't know when it will be done, but it works, on my test server. But there's a lot more detail to put in. Like every time I think I'm close, I go over the list of all the little details that have to be added in, NPC dialogue, etc., and it takes forever.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you
You've
have
been
anybody
working.
helping you? Do you have a team or is it just you?
Yeah, it's just me, and I have three other companies. So this is the problem.
Well,
I did put a job posting out today for an assistant. So yeah, my other company is a woodworking company. I have a the company actually that I purchased a couple years ago. We manufacture like um, garden structures, so
Oh, cool.
trellises, pergolas, that type of thing. And then I have a private equity group that I created or co-founded, which we run training programs around the country to teach people how to buy businesses, and then we,
wow.
give them the money to do it. Um, and and yeah, so I mean, luckily I make my own schedule, but
I was going to say, do you ever sleep? I mean, or is it
I
just like,
know.
is that?
Jack of all trades.
yeah, and then I drive back and forth
Oh
once a
my
week. So
goodness.
look, I'm at the point in my life where I have to do everything to try to, I mean, this is very important to me.
Yeah.
My kids are old enough now, so I don't have to take them everywhere
Yeah.
all the time. And I have, a good 20 years left of hopefully sharp mental acuity. So I need to make the best of it.
Yeah. God,
Agree.
that's a massive task you've got there.
Yeah. Sound like
Huge.
me.
Yeah, I think we're all quite similar there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the nature of being an artist, in especially being an NFT artist, I'm sure.
Yeah. I
yeah,
have 8,000 things happening
yeah.
at the same
That's
exact time.
it.
Always at the same time.
Yeah,
Always.
it's
Never fails.
crazy, and it's really hard when you're on your own out there. Sometimes it's really important. That's why me and Miguel wanted to do this stream to like connect with people who are in the same boat, where it's just one maybe or two people managing these massive NFT collections and kind of hopefully give them a bit of,
Yeah.
you know, airtime and to share, because yeah, we it's really important to us, isn't it? It's like it's tough out there. You've all got to like lift each other up and stick together, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. I mean, I think that's the best thing about the NFT space is the connections. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, the community building is very good.
yeah. I
What I
mean,
love.
like, yeah, like if you'd said to me when I sort of launched 3 years ago, you know, the Cute and Creepy Gang with our first collection, that I'd have been stood in New York actually with Miguel and Kevin,
Yeah.
you know, in 2 or 3 years' time, meeting like people that I've just got to know in spaces, like
Mhm.
getting on a plane and flying around the world to go and meet these people because they're so special. Like that's, I'd never have believed you. It's really
Yeah,
hard to explain to the normies, isn't it? When you say when you try and
Yep.
explain what a connection it is you make with people,
yeah, it's amazing.
it's kind of cool.
I like 10 years ago, I tried, to, I mean, many times I've tried to get back into art, and, I've, when Tumblr started, I was on Tumblr.
Yeah, same.
I had, some popularity. I had some viral posts, and then some not so much. And, you know, it, it was never the same though. It never, you never had this real connection. It was
No,
always, or at least I didn't. Yeah. I mean,
no,
and
I
here,
agree.
yeah, this was much realer. I mean, I have a physical piece in downtown Manhattan that I
Oh wow.
created with another NFT artist, hanging in a pizzeria. So I mean,
Oh,
it's
that's
awesome.
cool.
I mean, he Papa Joe, Frank. He's not here. I don't know if he does YouTube, but yeah, he was in New York, and we went to the art store, grabbed some markers, and did a freestyle collab, and gave it to a pizza shop owner that we know, and it's hanging
It's
there. Uh,
amazing.
yeah, I mean, it's just those kind of connections you can't. I mean, that's
Yeah. Well,
it's like the American Express commercial. It's
yeah,
priceless.
it is. I mean, when I came to NFT NYC in the summer, a couple of my pieces were on the billboard in Times Square, and that was like,
Awesome.
it's just never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought that a massive Lunar Witch would have been like on
It'll
a
be up there. Yeah.
skyscraper. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
That's kind of insane, right? And I just think there's so many opportunities for that in this space. And I'm a full time, I freelance a graphic design and got my own business graphic design, and I don't have that connection in that world. It's crazy. So I'm creative for a living, but I don't have that like passion and like connection with other people. Like when I meet other designers, you kind of get on and whatnot, but there's that I can't explain it. There is a spark in Web3 that just is completely unique.
It's different. Yeah.
Is totally different.
Yeah, I mean, I try to convince my artist friends, and most of them that I know through art school, they're still not convinced. They're still
No.
like, oh, I'd rather just go in and get my paycheck. I'm like, well,
Okay.
like, no, I mean, come on, this is different. You can build something here. I mean, there, very few of them have made it in the traditional art gallery space. That
Well, that's
It's really hard.
so hard that I mean it's
Yeah.
almost an impossible, and that is all about luck of meeting somebody the right
It's just
time. I
very
think
lucky. Yeah.
it's just because there's so many talented artists out there who never get their break, right? Whereas I
Mhm.
feel
Yeah.
like my friend NF Creeps, he's
Mhm.
always wanted to be a sketch artist for Garbage Pail Kids, and he's come
Yeah.
into NFTs, and he sent them some of his creations, and he kept on and on and on, and now he's an official sketch artist for Tops, and that wouldn't have happened had he not gotten into the
Mhm.
NFT space, and I kind of think that's like his
And I just
lifelong
watched that
dream,
stream.
right? Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I
did
just watched
you?
that stream with him. Yeah,
Yeah,
just the
he's such a
same.
cool guy.
So,
But yeah, I just think wow, there are people actually realizing their dreams in this space, which is
Yeah.
exciting.
Well, it gives art as a platform, which is the reason why I gravitated to it in the first
Yeah,
place. Nobody's ever going to get to see my art, but hey, an NFT, they might.
yeah,
Who knows?
100%, 100%.
yeah,
It's crazy. I
absolutely.
Yeah, I've never been happier as an artist since I came into this space.
Yeah,
I'm
agree.
much more fulfilled than I was just doodling at home, doing whatever, trying to sell the odd print.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Very true.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. I mean, in it, I think there's something about the connection with other artists and with community. Um, so I mean, part of my what I didn't say is part of my game universe that I'm creating is also gamified art. So there's if you know the Dadaist game, um, immaculate. It's not immaculate. I always say immaculate corpse, but it's um, the Dadaist art game where
Yeah.
you someone draws the top and then you continue drawing a character
Yeah,
without
I used to
seeing it.
play that as a kid
Yeah,
with my sister and my mum, like
yeah.
where we'd fold bits of paper and just keep drawing the different parts of the character.
Right. So this is maybe some alpha here, some that I've
Okay.
teased at the on the on in my chat occasionally, but I do have one app that I built that is functional, but I haven't released it yet. I'm still adding some pieces to it, which does have like a online um uh you know that game where you can work with different people and contribute different pieces and actually mint NFTs from it. Like
Oh, cool.
a collaborative NFT comes out of the process of you know collaborating with random people.
That's
So
so exciting.
it, I mean it's just to me the spirit of the NFT space.
Yeah, it
I
is.
feel
Because we're a little crew called the FCW, where we're like the freaks, the creeps, and the weirdos. That's what we call ourselves, and we're just a collection of artists. And we've done a little collab. We all collab together and help each other out in our own collections. But we've talked about that in a space like how cool would it be to do where each of you did a part of something. So to have an app that could like facilitate that would be so exciting.
well. It it works. I'd say 95%. So just the final tweaks and yeah, how we roll it out will be TBD. But yeah, talking about your crew, my crew is the Vandals crew where the Prof
I
Papa and
saw
I
that.
created. So we've got a big collection, but we're all kind of doing different things. We all have
Yeah.
our own projects. But yeah, we can do a multi crew a multi
That'd
crew
be
rollout
awesome.
and let
That'd be so cool. The Vandals meet the FCW crew. We could be like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got.
it's
I mean, everyone is pulled into so many things, especially this
yeah,
time of year. But absolutely,
yeah. It's so nice to find a tribe of people like that, isn't it? That you kind of fit in with. That's how I explain it to people when they ask, like, "Oh, what is?" I just sort of say, like my entire life, this is the first time I've found my people. You know what I mean? It's like kind of these people are my people, which is really cool.
awesome.
Yeah, they're an amazing bunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Very
love all
talented.
this. They are a very talented group, very. But these are so cool. I mean, I've filtered now for the rarest ones, so I'm assuming these are some of the collab ones, right?
Yeah. So the collabs, some of them have collab pieces. I mean, I'm not sure how well the rarity works yet because
Okay,
only 680 have been minted. There's a whole lot more to be minted. Um,
I definitely need to get some more.
there's a handful of one of ones in here who that actually are characters from the book. Um,
Okay,
so there's one of one that's minted so far, only one, which I believe is Kel. If you go to type, I think. Um,
okay, type. Here we go.
so
Here.
this is
Oh,
so
look at
this
that one.
is yeah. If you go to the details about maybe or wherever it shows it, it says a little bit about the character. Not much. This one doesn't. I don't give away too much here. Um, but yeah, this is a character. It's most of the characters are humans or robots, but Kel is not. Um, and
Oh,
and
he's giving me the Stranger Things 11 vibes there, I think. It's
a little
wicked.
bit, yeah. I'd say. I mean, it's kind of like the underground, the upside down, but not quite. I mean, I think yes, retro space. We're both taking from the same era. You
Yeah.
know, Stranger Things was the time frame I lived through.
Same.
Mhm.
So
Same.
yeah, that was the
I'm an 80s kid.
yeah. I like I said, I mean D&D was D&D was
D&D for me was life.
Oh, was it? Was it
I
really?
it was life.
I
I
didn't
mean,
know.
yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it was
I
definitely
played a
big.
lot of D&D for sure.
I love the Monster Manual too. I had always that was like my reference guide for how to learn to draw.
Yeah.
That and you know um, Marvel comics, but you know mostly Monster Manual too.
Yeah. Who's your like your biggest sort of inspiration, would you say, artistically?
Hmm.
Because you're quite eclectic, right? So I'm assuming that's quite a difficult question to answer because I
Yeah,
always
yeah,
find that hard to
it's a
answer. But
mix. It's a mix. It's a mix. I mean, it actually does come from a lot of comic book
yeah.
artists, I'd say, but not just. So if I start with comic book artists, I'd say Sam Keith.
Okay.
Um, Sam Keith definitely is a big influence. Just the way he kind of breaks up shapes into abstractions
Okay.
and kind of distorts images in a way that's more emotional and visceral rather than realistic.
Yeah.
And it was like, when I was little and reading those books and read like his, it was, I think, um, maybe a version of Wolverine that he drew, and it was like, wow, I didn't know you could draw like this
Yeah.
and make this. You could really. There's no rules, in art, and then on the fine art side, I'd say also a mix. I mean, Magritte
Yeah.
obviously is an influence to a lot of people, myself included. Um, Engine says my favorite is Thomas Kincaid.
Yeah.
Um, I, um, so I don't know. I mean, I I like everybody.
I know. Yeah. It's hard. I didn't get into comics until I was a lot older in life, so it wasn't something. I think in the UK, I don't think stuff was quite as accessible, like for us as kids. I was big into Garbage Pail Kids; they were my thing
Um,
that I collected. But
no.
I've still got like a ton of originals there. I've even got an Adam Bomb sat behind me.
I used
Um,
to have dreams related. I used to have nightmares somehow related to Garbage Pail Kids when I was little. I don't remember what, but yeah, that Garbage Pail Kids were big and uh, did you have Mad Balls? Do you know?
yeah, I do know. So NF Creeps did his own version of Mad Balls. They were kind of cool. He was selling those on Etsy. They were wicked.
Awesome. And I used to collect these little things that unfortunately it's one of the things where, my mother threw them out or gave them away or something because she didn't know I cared about them. But these little things called uh, muscle men, they were Muscle. Do you know what I'm talking about? They
No,
were
I've never heard
little,
of
little
those.
tiny pink rubber action figures of like these weird wrestlers. Um, I had hundreds of them. They were all different. They were like crazy shapes. Like a guy had like like a bowling ball for a head and then a chain that went to his hand. It was like these,
It's what I think a lot of
Were those like the stretchy ones? Or no?
they weren't stretchy. They were just like this big, or about this big. They were mostly pink, and then like second and third generation, they came in different colors. But
oh god.
they used to sell them in these little barrels, like a blue barrel, and you could get like 10 of them.
That rings a
Uh,
bell, actually. The barrel thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it to me that was one of the reasons what I liked about NFTs. Like you mint a bunch of things and you don't know what comes out.
Yeah, I was about to say. There's a common thread when you speak to artists who have gone into creating NFTs. They
Mhm,
normally have collected comics, trading cards, you know,
mhm.
a spectrum of stuff. Because it is kind of the most contemporary version of that, isn't it? I guess it is essentially a trading card, isn't it? You're looking for certain one of ones or like rare traits, and kind of you want to collect a bunch. Maybe you want to trade a couple. It's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Um,
it
Go
feels
ahead.
like the natural crossover between Web 2 and Web 3. I think the whole trading card to NFTs. That kind
Yeah.
of, it feels like that's the marriage right there. That's the way the world is going to find out about NFTs through
Yeah,
trading cards.
I have a normie friend who started a Pokemon trading company
Oh
with his
wow!
son. He did like live auctions where he sold cards for like $20,000. So
Yeah, the Pokemon
Holy
thing.
shit!
It's a
yeah,
real world.
yeah,
Yeah.
Same.
I walk the dog at lunchtime, always around the same area, and I bump into a lady who's got a dog, and we got to become friends and chatting. And she was saying to me, "Oh, I was going through my attic and I found a ton of Pokemons, and some of them went out and opened." I was like, "Are you serious?" And like the proper OG of Pokemons as well. Like her husband passed away years ago, and she hadn't known how much money he'd spent on freaking Pokemons, and he had like cases of the stuff. I was like, "Have you any idea how much those are worth?" She's like, "They were something." I was like, "Yes, you need to get them graded and like checked." Like I was like, "Do not let anybody take them off you without getting them, properly graded and valued." Because she had some really cool ones.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. It reminds me that back when I was in college, when Pokemon just started, my best friend who was Japanese just came back from Japan that year, and I was like, I said, how was Japan? And he said, oh, they've got this crazy thing now called Pokemon, and you're going to see it everywhere in the next
German.
couple of years. I'm like, Pokemon, and he explained it to me. I'm like,
That's
why
never going
can't
to
you do
take
that?
off.
Exactly.
What rubbish
So.
is that?
Mhm. The
It's
same thing
insane.
happened to me when Bitcoin came out, and I said to myself, and it was like, the exact year that Bitcoin came out, I decided my my personal tech budget was very limited at that time. So I was either going to buy money to build a Bitcoin mining rig, or I was going to buy the new smartphone, which was the first smartphone ever, which was a Windows smartphone, before iPhone. And I bought the Windows smartphone, of course.
No. Oh my
It's crazy.
god, it's crazy. If only you had a crystal
So
ball.
do the opposite of whatever I do is the
Is going to
investment
be the
strategy.
success. That's like me. I feel like I always miss the boat just a little bit. When someone says, "Oh, if you mint 4 of these, you'll get like you're bound to get a hit," and I'll mint 4 and go, "Yeah, no, I didn't get one," and everyone else will be posting, "Oh, I got one of one," and I'm like, "Oh no, not me." So that was my luck.
Very true. It's
Yep.
usually how things happen.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's been so nice to find out all about the collection and find out about you. It's been
Yeah, very
really,
interesting.
really cool. And I hope everybody's going to shoot you a follow. So if you want to go on to X, those who are live on X, it's Arbo Vonderwald. I like that. That's kind of a cool name. Then there's
Tree
also
of the forest.
I kind of guessed that's what it meant. Yeah. And then the website for the merch, etc., is arboreal.design. And then the mint, it's all in your X, isn't it? In the top, I
Yep.
think, yeah.
If
But
you're from Arboreal Design, you can get to the mint page as well.
yeah,
But here, yeah, this is the mint page.
this is arboreals.xyz. $5. And how like what blockchain are they on? If someone wants to go and
It's
show
on Ape
Ape.
Chain. But if you actually go and actually, once you just show the mint page for a minute, just click there. Um, okay, it doesn't show you there. So never mind. The next stage in here, you don't have to buy with Ape. You can buy with any crypto that,
Any
well,
so
you can
crossmint,
buy
you
with
can cross mint.
USDT or Solana
Ah, okay,
is
cool.
what I allowed for on this mint page.
That's
Um,
amazing. So you don't have to have Ape.
right. If you don't have an Ape wallet, then it'll mint to a custody wallet for you, so you don't have to. I know I'm in some Solana collections, and not everyone has, uh, you know, ETH L2 wallets anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I mean, to me, I'm, ETH OG. So
Same.
most of it, there's so many. There's a handful of really awesome Solana collections that I want to get into, and
Yeah,
I have to just move things over there. So I'm
yeah.
there. I'm a little bit delayed.
It's funny.
Um,
I find the Solana community don't like to mint onto ETH at all. Like my experience is when I've gone into spaces and I say, "Oh, my collection's on ETH," it's like lots of vomiting noises. Like I'm just like, "What? So why is that?" So,
That
whereas I
is
have
true.
like zero problem with minting on any chain. If I like the art or I like the person or the collection, I'm going to mint. But yeah, so that's good that you can do both. Awesome. Yes, there we go. So I think that was everything. But yeah, and if you want to check out the collection, it's on OpenSea. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us for an hour. It's been
Yeah.
really lovely. Been lovely to meet you.
you too. Thank you both. And I'm going to get back on the road.
Yeah, where have you got far? Have you got far to go now, or you've kind of finished for the day?
Yeah, I have to get back home to New York, so I'm
Wow.
about 2 hours out.
Oh no, I will
Oh,
let you go
jeez.
then. You go and like drive careful, and thank you so much for
Yeah. Thank
hanging
you,
out
man.
with us. Yeah, it's been a
Appreciate it.
pleasure.
Thank you. Awesome. It's been fun.
Good night. Hey, that was Brill.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I felt really bad. I knew he was driving around and like trying to like get in, and I was like, oh god, but everyone's so busy. But it was good. But yeah, so
Yeah.
thanks everybody who tuned in this evening. We've had lots of nice comments and stuff, so it's been good. Is there anything you wanted to finish up on, Miguel, or
No, not today.
no? Not today.
It's
That's
too much
it.
in my head right now.
He's gone down
Burnt
the
out.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
He's
I'm in a 3D rabbit hole that I can't get
oh
out now.
god. Oh wow. Well,
But you've seen what I'm doing. I showed
I
you,
know
so
we
we'll
we're
see
gonna
what
have a
happens.
little catch up next week, and
Yeah.
it'll be awesome. I can't wait, and I'll get Danny on if he's free to do some Nifty Island stuff.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I need to do some more bedtime stories, and so I can start finishing the show with those again because I did about 4 weeks of that, and then was like, oh god, I've got too much to do. I can't keep up with it. So, and they're a
Yeah,
nice
we'll
little
definitely
bunch.
catch up.
We will. Amazing. So thanks
All right.
everyone. Tune in next week. We're doing a show next week as normal, I think, same
Yeah, I think
time.
so. Yeah.
I guess Christmas is coming, so it's going to be a bit different over Christmas. But
Yeah, I'll let you know what's going on with my schedule, but
yeah,
it should be all right.
family stuff. Yeah, but we'll
Yeah.
definitely be here next week for a cute and creepy Rebel Ant update.
Yep.
So catch you all soon. Thanks
All right. Good
everyone for
night,
hanging
everybody.
out. Good night, guys.